It's time for conversations. Who? What? How? Why?
Don't judge me until you know me. Don't underestimate me until you challenge me. And don't talk about me until you talk to me. Or better yet, mind your business and stop minding mine.
What will be today's conversation? Understanding viewpoints, educating, and stimulating discussions. It's time to connect to T-Horne, your host. It's time for conversations.
What's up, everybody? Once again, it is another Tuesday where we going live on Conversations with yours truly, your host, T-Horne the Uncle. I'm glad to be back here for another Tuesday for another segment of our podcast. We've been going about a couple months, I'm gonna think like 4 months strong now. Yeah, 4 months. Nope, 3 going on 4 months. All right, so we're in our 3rd month. Don't judge me too harshly. It's hard to keep up content with all these, keeping the number of all these podcasts. But we're doing good and we're keeping strong and everything. And I want to say thank you for everybody taking time to watch tonight because we have a very special segment tonight. So, y'all know me. I'm into my comic books. I'm into my sci-fi. I'm into just reading, period, my video games. All my nerd stuff. Y'all know me. I'm a nerd, thick and through. This is what it is. But I'm also about that positivity and highlighting positive people too. So tonight, I have a special guest. Someone who I've been having conversations with over the past 2 months or so that has really intrigued me with some work they're doing. Her name is Samia. Samia is a book author of a new book coming out called I Am Mia. Now, I think I'm like, T-Horne is just a book. What's the big deal? This young lady has done something incredible to me. She's taken her imagination and made this fiction novel that can attach to the comic book lovers, the sci-fi lovers, and it has a lot to do with real world situations. So it's kind of like we're gonna throw this at you, but secretly we doing this. You feel me? And the way she did it, it intrigued me so much. I had to have her on the podcast. So if we could, let's go ahead and bring Samia onto the screen if we could.
Hi.
Hey, it's finally good to be here. How you doing tonight?
Oh, pretty good. Doing good.
That's what's up. That's what's up. I told you I've been excited to have you on here. I've been waiting to hear about your book for the longest.
I am excited as well. This is a long time coming. It's been a minute,
Yes,
but it's definitely something I've been working on for a minute. So I'm excited about it.
So Samia, can you do me a favor and just tell the viewers tonight who you are, what you're about, and everything, and just give them an introduction of who is Samia. You know what I'm saying? What makes Samia tick?
Woo, we could be here all day. So Samia is Samia. I am a mom of 4 girls. I'm married, been married 21 years.
Oh, congratulations.
21 years. I am I'm a social worker by trade, but right now I'm in administration. My passion is writing. It has been since I was 6 years old. I still have the note from my teacher telling my mom I wrote 2 stories in first grade. And let me see. I'm in Atlanta by way of Cleveland, Ohio, born and raised. And I think I'm not really sure. Yeah, that's it. That pretty much is the circle of Samia.
Got you. So tonight we're on here to talk about you, of course, and talk about your works. But the main thing we're focused on is a book. I don't know if you released it yet, but I think you're releasing it soon. The I Am Mia book, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So when is that actually releasing?
It's actually coming out November 1st, 2024. Okay. So yeah, we got a couple more months, but it's coming out in November.
All right, good stuff. That's what we tell people about a little early so we can get ready to buy it. So
good. Want to get some energy behind it.
Oh, of course. And as long as this podcast is going, I'm going to make sure we push that too, and make sure that everybody who watches knows about this book. Because, like I said, the first time you talked to me about it, I've been excited. I'm like, what? That's cool. Oh, you got the shirt on?
Yeah. I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, I can't see Mia. Let me adjust this here camera. Okay, we're good now. We're good.
That's what's up. So I'm gonna get some other questions later on, but right now the main focus is the I Am Mia book. Can you tell us a little bit about your book, what it's about, and why people need to read it?
Okay, well, Mia is a young lady who was born addicted to an addictive parent. She was abandoned at birth and was found by a homeless person. As she grows older, she realizes that she has supernatural powers. And as the book goes on, she finds out that those powers are because of the drugs that were in her system. So the makeup of the drugs that were in her system made her, it altered her DNA, and it gave her the powers to be able to hear children in trouble, see things that most people couldn't see, hear things that most people can't hear. She also learns that there are other people similar to her, and she meets them along her journey. And they, in the process, start to find more kids like them, and they find out how they are mixed up in the system and how the system is using their powers for their own benefit. And so it kind of delves into the world of social service, and a lot of these, kind of tips into kids coming up missing, why they're coming up missing, how these systems are not necessarily what you think they are, that type of thing. So it's kind of like sci-fi, mystery, a whole bunch of things.
So that's a little deeper than the synopsis you gave me at first. It's all good. But it seems like it's dwelling a little more into, like, at first I thought, you told me it was about, a young lady who got her powers, because of the drugs in her system, the whole homeless thing and all that stuff and everything. But the fact of the matter of you tying the government into it and making it seem like low-key, seem like there's a plot behind everything. That's very interesting. That's a very interesting concept to go about. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm thinking about the fact that, with the government, and let me say this, anything said in this is strictly because of opinion. That doesn't mean it's true. So don't be coming after me, politicians, from this. There we go. I need that at the bottom.
The government piece of it is not governmental. This is like small state agencies, You know,
Yeah.
this is a community agency, so we don't want the government to come after
But
nobody.
you know how people think. People be like, okay, what you secretly trying to say?
Let's
You
just
know?
start. This is fiction. We're gonna stick to fiction. Unless
Hey,
it is
hey, hey,
fictional.
sometimes the fiction stuff, if I try to tell you something, I'm just saying, because I'm going to tell you this. My favorite movie of all time, if anybody doesn't know, my favorite movie is The Matrix. And not because of the fighting, but because of how it deep dives and then the secret low key messages trying to send and then get you think outside of the box. I love stuff like this. So when I heard about your book, you were talking about your book, it kind of reminded me of, the play, how the Matrix plays about something. Get you think outside of the box. Your book is like doing the same thing, and I love
Right.
that about your book and everything. So it's
Yeah.
just like, wow, what secret messages he sending? It is fiction, but sometimes,
I said it's fiction until it's not. But I mean,
right,
it's fiction in my mind. I made it up, but it's kind of just things that make you say, remember that back in the day? Things that
right, yeah.
make you
But that's
wonder
very,
what's really happening, what's going on with these children. But the biggest issue was that working in social service for 20 something years, I met a lot of kids who were born addicted, and they got this umbrella put over them as like crack kids and babies that couldn't progress, and they weren't going to be anything in school, and they just kind of got shadowed out. And I felt like that was a target put on their head. And so this also kind of gives light to those kids as well, to say, no, you never really know what will happen or what type of powers come out of even the most destitute situations of children being born into bad situations. So it kind of gives a little bit of light to a darkened community, and it gives kids who, especially when you delve into it, what kids who have been through this social service system or foster care or things like that, they have something to read into and say, okay, that sounds like me. That sounds like something that I've been through or that they can connect with. So that's the bigger thing. The governmental piece is small.
but I think that is so cool because, like you said, it I'm sorry, but you have to forgive me. I'm listening because my house is a madhouse. I got these kittens and they be all over the place. If you look, if you look right here, look.
Yes.
This is my house right now.
Hey, little Pharaoh, little yellow.
But as I was saying, that's my little co-host for tonight. But as I said, it's cool because you're taking time to highlight a community that's, I don't want to say community, but certain people that I look down upon. Like, for example, let's just say people with disabilities. I remember, I can't actually remember the name of the comic book, but I remember a long time ago reading a comic book where an illustrator and an author made a superhero based off the kids' disabilities.
Mm-hmm.
And the fact they had a disability, they used that to, show, not I don't want to say showboat, but to bring attention to the child's disability, but at the same time, build the child up. And it's like, hey, even though you have a disability, you're not limited in life. You just got to find a way to adapt,
Right.
And that, but they found a way to adapt. Not only they find a way to adapt, but they end up becoming a savior and stronger than the people who didn't have disabilities, and it made them special. And it really just redefined the whole meaning of special, because in the beginning they used special to try to downplay the child, but then you end up realizing the special was actually to uplift that child and show that, hey, there's nothing that can hold you back. All thing that can hold you back is your mind. You can push as far as you want to go. So
and
when I hear
that you said that, because that is actually Mia's predominant superpower, is that she knows who she is, and that she feels that what her powers are for her to do good with. And so she is the character who, through the whole book, is Mia stands for I am. So as you can see, it's a play with words. Mia is I am, and it's the power of knowing who you are and doing what you're supposed to do with what you have. So that's kind of what I spent it off of, because I've always been into the I am. As you can see, my mom bought me these. I just want to say that out loud. I am is to me the most powerful two words, because once you put that in front of whatever sentence you have, you put power into it. And so she learns how to use her powers. And of course, you have, again, systems and schools and parents and everybody else is telling her, no, don't do that. You're gonna be somebody's gonna try to hurt you. And she's just like, this is what I'm supposed to do, and I'm going to do it. And so that's just kind of, again, it's a lot of there's a lot in the book that gives young adults something to move forward. Like your disability or how you were born does not stop who you are. You're still going to be gifted with whatever gift God gave you, whatever gift the universe gave you, and keep moving. So I am powerful. I am great. I am a reader. I am a whatever. So that's kind of what the spin is.
Got you. So we got a question from one of our viewers tonight, and the question is this a children's book? And if not, what age group are you targeting with this book?
This is a young adult book, and I would say I would go 13 and up. But we have some mature younger adults. So, but I would go 13 and up so that they understand the concept of systems and that type of thing.
I am actually so happy to hear you say that. Reason being because I don't know if you know, but I work in the school system. I'm a career technical advisor, so I work with middle school and high school students, teaching them how to get careers and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And one of the things that I've noticed with this generation is that this generation is so into TikTok and into Instagram and into their phones and stuff to the point where they don't even pick up a book. But the reason they pick up a book is because majority they had the stereotype in their mind that books are boring and it's not entertaining enough. With your book, I feel like not only can you bring a certain issue to light with these teenagers, but also at the same time you can engage them because your story sounds like it's very engaging and very entertaining. That's how you draw people in. I remember my favorite classes growing up was English and language arts. I used to love writing essays, writing stories, stuff like that. And it always says, in order to catch somebody's attention, you have to have an engagement open. It has to be something that catches people's attention. I think that's what the kids lack these days with these books. But your book sounds like it's going to be like a good time, like for real, for real. I think it's going to catch that demographic is going to be good to catch their attention with the type of stuff you're writing. Also, with that demographic being the future generation that's going to lead us and stuff like that, it's good that they get stuff, they get their heads to some books and stuff like that. So I'm excited about that. Believe me, I see these every day. And they're not trying to read nothing. So more questions. I want to get back to the book, but I want to focus on you for a little bit. So you have not only this book coming out, you have other books you've written too that we'll talk about later on. But what actually made you want to become an author? What made you start writing?
I've always written, so I've loved to write again since I was little. And to start writing novels, I was doing social service. Social service is gonna always be my go-to. So I was working in Atlanta doing social work, and I met a young lady, and she had some problems. It's just in a nutshell. She had a lot of mental health problems. And the situation that happened around her just broke my heart so bad that I just needed to write her story or something similar to her story. And so I quit the job because it was so overwhelming to watch young women go through what she was going through or to go through what they're going through. But I walked around with a notebook, one of those ones they used to be 25 cents from Walmart. And I just started writing, and I wrote that book in 30 days. And it was because I needed to tell her version of the story because everybody else was getting everybody else's version. And even though she probably never knew the story, she never knew I wrote it, it was for her. And so at that moment, that was in 2012, I think. And I decided that I wanted to write stories for the voiceless.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. That's like you're a superhero in yourself. Got your little origin story and stuff.
I had that note. I still have it. I still have that notebook. I kept it. Yeah, I mean, it was like I was on fire. I had to just write that story down, but it was great. It was and that was my first published book.
So, question: is that book like the same genre, like sci-fi, like comic, almost like?
No, that one is actually it's just fiction. It's young adult fiction. I would say it will be what is young adults. I would go 15 and over with that one because it has a lot of cussing in it. At the time, I was a little bit angrier than I am now, so I was letting it. But yeah, that book will be young adult, but I will go by at least 15.
So, how many books do you have right now?
This is my third book, and it's my fourth publication. So I wrote it's a PDF called Everything I Want You to Know for the Rest of Your Life. And I made it for my daughter when she graduated from high school because I just felt like it was so many things that your kids leave and you just like, oh, I should have told her that. Oh, I should have told her that. And I just put it in a PDF. I actually put it in a binder and gave it to her. And I was like, well, somebody else's parent or kid might want it. So I made a PDF out of it. And every now and then I just go back and update it. Just kind of tells you different things, what to expect when you go to college. Tips, do's, don'ts, drugs, STDs, everything you want, everything I want you to know for the rest of your life was my first publication, and then the 3 books.
So I'm gonna tell you this: that publication, that PDF, send it to me because I got some children and I need 9 copies.
I'm in the process of updating them because drugs and change as well. STDs ain't changed, but they different stuff. So I will definitely send you a copy of it.
Yes, please do. That's very, very beneficial to anybody who's a parent. So anybody's watching who's a parent and you want some guidance, you know what I'm saying? Get that PDF, man. It sounds very beneficial. I don't want my kids to leave without me saying everything I need to say. So
And it's again 4 girls. My oldest is 29, so this was 11 years ago when I wrote the first one, and I'm about to write my last one for this 17-year-old because she's the last one on her way out the door, 2025. My emancipation.
Every child, you update it as your children. That's smart. Really smart.
Yeah, and like I said, things change. Everything changes. My daughter didn't have TikTok when she graduated in 2011, so or 12, whatever year she graduated. She didn't have TikTok. So now we have TikTok. We have social media issues. They didn't have the same level of social media issues back then. They didn't have as much online predatory. So you got to update everything.
Okay. So our next question. You already said you have 3 books and they're not all like sci-fi, like comic book like and everything. For this book, the I Am Mia, what made you come up with the idea? I mean, I understand, the issues that are drawn to it, but what made you come up with the idea of like, hey, I just want to make this like a comic sci-fi like book? Like, what made you go in that direction with it?
I don't know. I think I'm a superhero, so I think that there's more superheroes out here, and I feel like we should connect at some point. But honestly, I feel like there are real life superheroes in the world, and they're like spooked, or they're given this dark light, or is there such thing as dark light? They're given this dark aura, and so like I said, I really do feel like everybody or a lot of people have superpowers and they just don't know that they're there. So that was one of the reasons. And I think I've just always been fascinated with superheroes. Like my favorite one is X-Men. I've watched every X-Men movie. I am infatuated. Like I'm a super X-Men fan. I don't really care too much for Harry Potter, but I kind of like the genre. So I've always just kind of been more into that than real stories, because real stories are real. I mean, I see them every day. I don't see nobody flying.
Fiction. That's funny.
Like, I'm in, but the biggest thing was that we don't have a lot of urban superheroes. So a lot of the stuff
I'm gonna get to that later on. Go ahead, finish.
Okay, yeah, a lot of it is in Superman with the curly hair. We need some people who look like us, who've been in the same neighborhoods we've been in, who understand different languages, and not taking away anything from the other superheroes, but we need to have some things that look more that connect a little bit different.
So with that being said, because I believe not, that's actually the next question I was going to ask you. So like you said, we have the Supermans, the Batmans, the Spider-Mans, and nothing against any other race and everything, but most of our superheroes, the prominent superheroes, are Caucasian. And now we're starting to see it up. Like we have the Black Panther, we have the Luke Cage, we have the Storm, we have a Cyborg, we have like Static Shock. We have African American heroes starting to hit the limelight and starting to be noticed a little more, especially since Black Panther. Black Panther, that movie was a cultural movement to the point where like, hey,
had everybody in their outfits.
Right. So it's like, hey, there are some Black heroes that are cool. I'm saying all that to say this. Are you trying to make a staple with I Am Mia? Like, are you trying to like put her out there, like to make her like one of those noticeable household name Afro-American superheroes?
If it's possible, yes. The bigger issue, the bigger goal is to reach somebody who needs to hear it.
Gotcha.
So if it helps some young adult, some young child, some foster child feel normal, then I've achieved my goal. If she turns into a superhero icon, then I have exceeded my goal. But my goal it has never really been about money. This is just ingrained. This is who I am and who I've always been. I've always been a advocate for young adults. I've always been an advocate for people who don't have a voice. So that's the biggest, and if she turns into something that people can look up to, then so be it. But if she gets into the ears of one person, one young adult, one young woman, one young man that says, okay, I know what I'm supposed to do. Let me go do it. I'm not listening to nobody else. Then I've won.
So is Mia? I noticed in your author name, Samia. Is Mia a play off you? Does she have?
No, it's funny because listen. Okay, so you get the good story. So listen, my name is Samia,
Mhm.
and when I was 20 something, I don't remember. I started a nonprofit called As I Am. Just thought of the name As I Am because I was going through some young adult trials, and I was like, "You're gonna take me as I am, and that's all you're gonna get." Like that was my
Time out. I see the play on words on the as I am. I caught it. I said,
So
continue.
how about I didn't even know that it was. I didn't even know that Samia said "as I am" until like 6 years after. One day I was looking at it like, wow. So Samia is as I am. So basically, this when I say that this is who I'm supposed to do, who I'm supposed to be, and this is what I am. It is that I tell it from the truth. My mom named me Samia. I've been Samia all my life. As I Am came at 20. Never saw the two together. And then I Am is part of As I Am. So and then Mia, I guess she is in there too. Samia.
Mhm. See, that's how you know something is destined to be. Because you didn't realize 6 years later.
And I'm very adamant about who you are. What you're supposed to do is what you're supposed to do. Nobody can stop you from doing it. Nobody can get in your way. It's with you and find it. Like dig deep. Find out what it is and then do it.
The reason I asked was because I hear everything you're saying about the character in your book, but then I'm hearing about your purpose behind writing the book. And it seems like you're doing superhero work in yourself because it's not about telling a story. It's not about, getting clout or money. It's about really helping somebody. And in the way, your creativity, your writing is your own superpower, using it in a way that most people didn't think to use it. Most people think when it comes to writing, oh, I gotta just write a book report or stuff like that. I'm writing a song, stuff like that. Or even I'm a independent rapper, and when I write my music, I write it in a way where my purpose isn't about it need to sound good with the beat or my lyrics need to flow. My lyrics are generally to the point where I just want to help somebody. I need somebody to hear this because it might need to relate to somebody. And if we're talking superhero terms, I feel like that's my superpower because I always had a gift to be able to have people drawn to me and stuff like that. And if people are going to be drawn to me because of positive energy, I better have something positive to say that's going to leave a positive impact in their lives. Right. And I feel like it's the same thing with you. You're using your talent, your creativity, your superpower to really help people. And that's like very inspiring because you don't hear many people in this world that really care about helping the other person. I mean, sure, people talk about it, but how many people are actually doing it, And people feel like
hoping that more people would be like me and you and recognize that it's not always about the bag. It's not always about the shoes. It's more about if the person next to you is benefiting from whatever it is that you're doing that you're supposed to be doing, then it's universal law. Like we're all connecting to one another because what I'm doing is to do this for you and what you're doing is for somebody else, and so we're all connecting.
That's what's up. So let's get into the nitty-gritty stuff about this book. So I Am Mia. We got a question before I get into that. Who are some of the other characters in your book? Okay, let's go to that. That was later on down the line. Somebody took my question. I ain't gonna hate.
Great man. So there's a character. His name is Jamil. Now I'm not gonna say that he's named after one of my favorite people, which is my husband, but we're gonna just say that that's who he's named.
But I asked you this: is Jamil a love interest for Mia?
No.
Okay, because I've been too close to home to make sure.
No, and this book steers so far away from any love stories. I promise, it's hilarious.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah. So Jamil is the second character that's introduced into the book. He's a superpower as well, and he has his own story as to how he became, how he was introduced to his powers. He is an African American male. He has beautiful red. Oh, you can see him. He has some red eyes. Can you see him? I don't know. Anyway, he has red hair and red eyes, and he's a fire child. So I'm just gonna say that for him. He's a fire child. He is full of energy, and and the thing about Jamil is that he's filled with confusion because his superpower can go both ways. And again, that's another part to the book. Your superpowers, anybody's, can go both ways. Everybody has one. It's what you choose to do with it. Because if you have the power to fly, you can fly and steal people's stuff, right? Because you can get away. Or you can fly and take something that they lost. So it's like he's conflicted through most of the book because his superpower was it was heightened based on his the circumstance he was in. So that's Jamil. Okay. The other character is Asana. Asana is she is the antagonist. She's the angry person.
So she's the villain.
She's the villain. Thank you.
Okay.
And she is very, very hurt. So part of her story, part of the story is about how young adults deal with pain and how they deal with not understanding what's happening. And as adults, we look at it like, what do you mean? I mean, you went here, your parents, you were in a foster home, but it was better than your house. And we don't understand that no matter what those children are going through, that's their mom. That's their dad. That was their family. And when we remove them and put them in situations, it builds a toxicity that we don't understand as adults. So we give them. So she grew up with an anger that causes her to become the villain, and she does not. And I hate to say it, she's not one of those ones you'd be like, oh, she's gonna no. So that's Asana.
Yeah, through and through. Period.
Yeah, she's not. Maybe in the next book, I don't know. But
I'm sorry. I know you're giving me a cake, but I just have a question. I'm hearing about her. What's it? Asana. What's her name? Asana. Okay. So, and this is the question because I'm such a big superhero buff myself. Watching a lot of Marvel movies, heck, knowing about a bunch of comic books in general, there are a lot of situations where the villain is evil and you can't turn the villain back and everything like that. But there are situations, and a lot of them, where the villain is proven the villain is actually right and justified for being that evil person they are or doing the evil things they're doing. Mm-hmm. Would you say that your Asana is one of those things, like kind of like Killmonger and Black Panther? Like Killmonger was, his father was killed, he was separated from Wakanda and stuff like that and everything. And he wanted to take over Wakanda because he saw Wakanda, they were sitting there pretty on their throne, but there's Black people out here suffering. And I'm taking over. I'm trying to, bring reparation to all the Black people. Would you say your villain character is something like that? So
I feel like all villains are like that. To be honest, like most villains come from hurtful situations. You don't see any villain come from a good, they were raised in a wonderful home, both parents ate every day and turned into a villain. Honestly, like most villains come from some destitute situation where they had to watch from the other side of the fence. They lost Hitler. Mm-hmm. Hitler was on the other side of watching other people grow while his family was tormented. His family didn't have anything, and he grew a hate for them. So he turned it to the villain. So because nobody could ever see Hitler as a child, they only see him as the villain. So I think that in most situations, all kids or all villains were at one point a good kid or a good person that, like I said with Asana, she was removed and from her family and was given misinformation. So then all she had was what she was told. And so she grew very angry. And again, and I would love to be one of those people to be like, oh, well, she came back around and she got a hug and everything was great. And it just does not work like that all the time.
I'm very interested in reading the story now. I'm gonna let you continue with your other characters. I'm sorry, I need to have more characters to go, but that one caught my attention. Oh, real quick before we get into it, big thanks to LaCarol Brock for joining us tonight. Anybody who watches is making a big deal, to shout them out, because you don't have to watch. The fact that you do, you show love, you're showing support to the podcast, you're showing support to Samia, and we love you for it. Thank you so much.
Hello,
so now back to Samia with your characters. Go ahead.
Yeah, and the other character, of course, we have the parents. We have the person who found Mia and his story. Each person in this book has a story of trial and triumph, trial and failure, failure and failure. So then the last character that's similar to Mia is Bobby, and Bobby is, again, she knew that she was a superhero, or she had superpowers, and she called on Mia, Jamil, to come and help her. And all three of them basically start a movement to find out what's happening with these kids and how they can become a part of the process of stopping the variants from being taken advantage of. So the variants are the kids with the superpowers, and they're being taken and used and abused. So that's their power. So Samia, it's me. I'm Samia. It's Mia, Jamil, and Asana and Bobby are the main characters.
Okay, very cool, very cool. So, do you plan on making this like this book right now? Do you plan on making it like a series, like continuing on after this story?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Yep. Okay, so that's gonna be cool. That's gonna be real good. I think that's the way to get a whole universe started, because you can have your own MCU after a while and start connecting books and connecting. So that's an interesting question. I'm thinking about it. So I know all your books aren't sci-fi and comic based, but you have written 2 other books, and you're in those books you are highlighting issues. Will there be any way in the future where these stories may intertwine, or they might be in the same universe or something like that? But is there any way that could possibly happen?
It would be kind of hard. No, nothing's too hard for a creative mind. So, I mean, that's a great way to. That's actually something I'm gonna write down. I'm gonna see if I can figure that out to how I can have Mia meet Tabby.
Yeah, because the thing is, you might not
meet Tabby on the corner somewhere, because it's kind of based around the same area. So yeah, we have to think about that.
Yeah, because that makes sense. It's cool. I just love the fact when I first started watching the movies and to see. It was one thing to see the Iron Man movie, and then to see the Captain America movie, and then see the Hulk movie, and you see all these separate movies. And it's like your books, these are all separate books. But something about when you watch a TV show or a movie or read a book, and a character who you didn't expect to be connected meets this other character, you're like, oh shoot, I didn't even know that was saying. You know what I'm saying?
And my mind spinning. I'm trying to figure out how we gonna put Mia in an alternate universe or something.
Yeah. But it don't have to be an alternate universe. Like you said, I don't know. Well, what's one of the main characters? Tell me about one of the main characters from your other books.
So let me tell you. So I got to tell you the book first.
Okay.
So the book is When I Grow Up, I Want to Be a Prostitute.
Okay, I remember you telling me about that. I remember the title. Okay.
Yeah. So, and then the byline is stories of broken promises and shattered dreams. So this story is, again, back to social service and how a lot of our girls, this is girl specific, a lot of our girls have been through some massive things while in custody, while in foster care, while at home, while at school, very different scenarios, and how it affects them growing up. So when we look at our young women and we see a girl with stilettos on and a miniskirt at school, and the first thing that we acknowledge about her is she fast, or she doing too much, or where's her mother? And nobody ever stops to say, well, what is going on? So this book kind of goes through 3 different scenarios of how young girls are abused, and then what they look like growing up. So to couple that with Mia is a version of what it looks like to be born addicted. And these young women are a version of what it looks like to be abused. So somewhere in there, and all of them, cross over. So there's definitely somewhere for them to meet in the middle.
Why you tell?
Might be their mama.
Right. It could. Well, that's a good idea.
Yes.
Prostitutes deal with a lot of drugs and stuff like that and everything, and then the baby being born, with the drugs in the system. You already made a whole book. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, you didn't. You wait. I just want to give you the credit for it because I promise. I'm sitting here like, wow, maybe.
Man, them connected stories be something else, man. I'm telling you, when people team up or you find people connected, man, it just makes the whole story so exciting because it's like the main thing that comes to your mind is like, oh my goodness, this book, this character from this book, is connected from this character from this book. So how far really could this universe go? Now the possibilities are endless because you can connect the two things that nobody ever thought would connect. So it's like, man, listen, I know it ain't about the money. But listen, don't let me get to writing books.
Listen, don't get me wrong. I wouldn't never am I going to turn down money, and I don't want to make it seem like I don't want this to be. But I feel like when you put it out there, it will come back full. It will come back triple fold. So I know that there are young people going into this industry, social service, schools, any type of education, any type of something that directly touches children, need to understand that it is never what you see. It's never what you see. It's never what's up front. It's so many peelings. You have to peel back the onions on everything. And so, because that's a hard thing to do when you got 30 kids or you're a social worker, you got 50 cases or whatever. But at least if you have some type of idea that it's never just what you see, then that makes your job a little bit easier because you don't go in with these judgments or these you have to go in with taking your blinders off.
Right.
You have to go in with not their eyes or your eyes, just neutral eyes. And so a lot of these, just from working, I took a lot of kids when I worked for children's services, and if I had to do it over again, I wouldn't, because you just, you don't know the damage that you're doing to families and children. And those children are going to grow up and they're going to live next door to you.
Yeah. Okay. 1 second. Let me make sure you shout out Patrice Calhoun. Thank you for
that's my beautiful sister. Yes, it is.
Oh, yeah? Hey, sister. How you doing? Thank you for watching tonight and everything. So, continuing on the conversation, I think the main thing right now that's most impressive ain't even just, because the story, you're writing the books and everything is impressive. But the main thing is your heart behind this whole thing. Because the purpose of writing, because most people write books because they're creative or they have something in their mind. But I'm more impressed by the heart you have behind the purpose behind these books. Because it's like you're really trying to bring light to dark situations and really trying to help people in a very creative way. And that's just so cool to me. I'm a fan, like for real. Like I'm like, man, somebody get her stuff to Tyler Perry, and Tyler Perry make it a movie and stuff like that thing. But it's really cool. So
I'm humble. Thank you, because I really I don't even know how to say, like, I put this on hold for about 10 years. This book was supposed to be written 10 years ago, but it's all in time. I had to raise my kids and see the freedom of being able to move about. So I feel like I'm in a great place to, one, like I said, talk about it, be about it. I've raised 4 Mias.
Got you. Okay.
What? Oh no, they're not on drugs. I'm not. Wait.
I think you saw my eyebrow raise a little.
I wasn't on drugs. No shade to nobody, but I wasn't. I raised 4 girls. There we go. I raised 4 girls.
I'm sorry. One thing about me, I like to laugh at stuff.
I heard myself.
I was trying to hold it back, and then I think my eyebrow raised up a little bit.
I fixed it.
They're not on drugs.
Edit that out.
That's good. But I understand where you're coming from. It just, that caught me off guard. That's all.
I'm like, wait a minute.
No. All right, so back to the book. Mia, is she like just a generic superhero where she just walks around and let me tell you why I'm asking this. So I'm asking about the uniform. Does she have a costume? That you have a uniform.
Yeah.
Because in today's day and age, you don't have to have a uniform to be a superhero. I just watched this thing on Netflix called Supercell, which is pretty good.
That's pretty dope.
Yeah, there's regular people, but then you got people like the Avengers and the X-Men who are known for the iconic uniforms. So
Mhm.
it's really one of those. I'm gonna have an iconic uniform to stand out and really let the world know, boom, I'm a superhero. Or it's gonna be behind closed doors, wearing regular clothes. I'm just doing what I do when I do it. You know.
Right. So she does have a uniform. It's just for uniformity purposes, but she has regular clothes. She's a regular kid, goes to school every day, and act is a superhero in the dark. So the majority of the story is from her perspective, but she is no ordinary. She definitely looks different. So each character has this phenom of their hair color is the same color as their eyes, and so that's how you separate or differentiate the variants from the regular kids.
I'm paying attention to everything you say. I can't help but notice this Joker in the back. I'm sorry.
What have you?
He keep popping his head out.
Oh, your cat.
Yeah.
That's serious. What's her name? What's his name?
His name is Fanta.
Aw,
The orange soda. He's the orange kitten we got, so we named him Fanta.
that is so funny.
Yeah.
I have not seen him one time. I'm gonna look for him now.
Yeah, he'll pop his head up every now and then and say what's up or whatever. But
Yeah.
he's small. He's about fitting the palm of my hand.
I've
small.
seen him. I'm gonna come steal him. I'm gonna give him.
You're the first person to say that.
Yeah,
So,
I'll bring him back because my cats in the house is probably not gonna be I got a dog.
Oh yeah, that ain't gonna work.
I got a dog.
That ain't gonna work. So we got the whole backstory of Mia. We got the backstory of you. We got the characters and stuff like that and everything. I'm just like, so we're making it a series. When you say series, is it like going to be like a couple books? Okay? So let me ask you this: is the story going to tell? Because there's some series that just tell one story, and the story is so big you have to tell them multiple books, or is it going to be a series that tells multiple stories? Because
so the next book will be focused solely on Jamil because
like a side story, not
Yeah.
side story, but kind of like
Mia,
acknowledgement.
Mia is the main character in this book. In the next book, Jamil will be the main character. So it will focus.
As a superhero team.
Hmm?
It's not like trying to put together a team. Like
Well,
superhero.
they are a team through this whole book. When they find each other, then they start their journey, and their journey is about finding out what's going on, what happened, and through the process of it, you get to learn more and more about them and their own lifestyles and what happened and how they got to where they are. But the whole point of it is those three working together to find out what's happening with the rest of these other variants.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but the next story will be focused solely around, not solely, Mia won't disappear, but the next book will be about Jamil.
Cool. We got a question from the viewers. It says, how do you develop your characters? I want to write a book and I have no idea how to start. And that actually backs up another character because I want to ask for aspiring writers, just to piggyback off this viewer's question, what advice would you give to aspiring writers in general?
Carry a notebook around. Honest, carry a notebook around, because the worst feeling in the world is to have an idea and not be able to write it down. So keep a little notebook, a little notepad with a pen, something always because handwritten or in your phone. I'm not a phone person, so I like the feeling of writing on the canvas. But that would be my first thing. And the question of how do you develop your characters? Without signing, well, I can't sound weird because I like people who fly. So they're just in my own imagination. Like, just like we sat here and talked about the books connecting, it just happens that fast. Like, you could be a character in a conversation. I've thought of so many stories just having conversations with people, because people is real life, but it can easily be fiction. So character building is the one person has to build on top of the other person. And they have to be, in my mind, this is my mind, mind you, they have to be able to come back around somewhere else in the book. So you really can't have a character that exists now but doesn't exist later. So, but making them up, like I said, it's me, my mind make up characters out of anything.
Got you. Okay. So I
This
got
could
a
be a character.
that could be a kid. What's that? Well,
Write a whole story about Mr. Mouse.
hey, man. Now you gotta do it.
Yeah, he's likely to be in this book. He's gonna be a character in the book.
Got
Be
you,
a
got
magic. He's gonna be a magical mouse. And when he goes over your keypad, he finds children that are missing. That's how
oh
magical.
man. And see how you just came with that top of the dome?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So it's
Yeah.
just that simple. Just touch something and make it into a story.
You really do like X-Men. I can tell because when you said that whole thing of Mr. Mouse, all I thought was Professor Xavier using Cerebro to find mutants. You talk about finding the missing kids and stuff like that. You an X-Men fan for real.
Imagine, you take this mouse and you hover it over and you can find your family you was looking for. I don't know.
Wow, that's dope. That's dope. You get top of the dome.
If I see that, hey, there's my brother.
Rick, at home. Thank you for watching, sir. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
So we have 10 minutes to the break because we have to take a 10-minute break. I have one question, and I'm gonna ask because, like I said, I'm a nerd. You talk about all that stuff with the characters and powers, stuff like that. Me personally, if I had a power, and with my favorite power we use, I would do time control. Because of the simple fact of people make mistakes in life. And a lot of times you never get to fix those mistakes. But then sometimes those mistakes make you a better person and you grow to learn from those mistakes. So the only conflict I would have is like trying to figure out what mistakes to change, what mistakes to leave alone, what's the future past, like everything. I say that because of my personal situations. I hear you talking about how you love people that fly. And I think that's your answer. I could be wrong. So the question is, if you had a superpower, what would your superpower be and why?
I do have a superpower.
I mean, yes, you do have a superpower. I mean, like a
like one of those real big ones. Okay.
A fictional superpower. Yeah. There you go. I love Clarissa Francis. Thank you for watching.
Hello. That's my cousin. I love my family. They are
There's a lot of support. I love that.
Yeah. Now she's a superhero too, but we're gonna talk about her a little bit later. She's a superhero.
You talking about her after the break? I want to know now. Now I want to know.
Yeah. She has the superpower to be able to just be who she gonna be. Like when I tell you, I have never met somebody who do not worry about what you think. This is what I am, and this is what I'm gonna do, and she does it. That is it. That is her. Her name is Dr. Clarissa Francis, and she is the Real Hot Doc. Look her up. Amazing.
Real Hot Doc.
Real Hot Doc. Yeah.
Somebody might need to be a real hot guest on conversation.
Yay! And the bad part is, I'm sitting here thinking like it's so many people. The brother that I just passed. Well, let me tell you my superpower. If I had a superpower, it would be to heal people.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
I would love to heal people.
See, that's that heart. That's that heart you got. I tell you.
That's it. It's to heal people because my daughter said this the other day. She said she thinks if everybody had good parents, then the world would be a better place. I feel like if everybody could get over their hurt, then we would have.
You're not talking about physical hurt. You're talking about mental, emotional, spiritual.
All of it. Yeah, like let it go, and keep moving like that. When you meet people who are hurting. Hurt people. So if we can all heal, figure out what's going on, what happened, then we'll be better. So if I could heal.
Gotcha. See, now you got me feeling some type of way because you sit here and get this power that's talking about people. I'm all stuff. It's time control. I want to fix my mistakes.
That's your gift. That's your gift. Everybody has their gift. And I was about to shout out my favorite brother. Because he has this like amazing gift, and that's what I feel like I see in people is what their gifts are. Like he has this amazing gift to make anything, and I'm gonna say this: like he can make anything work. I've never seen or talked to somebody who could tell me the same story 5 times, and I still be stuck, and I still be intrigued, and I'm still sitting there like, what we gonna do? What? And we gonna do it right now? And he'd be like, yeah, we gonna. And every single time he has like this ability to just grab people, bring them in, and make them understand the process. So I just feel like everybody has something. And so yours is Why don't we take that time and go back and fix it so that we can do it better the next time? I feel like that's your gift. That's what you want to give the world. Go back and do it again. Second chance, man. That's
second chance, man.
second chance.
Oh, that was funny. That was second chance, man.
Okay, that was funny. Second chance. That's the Mr. Mouse. I'm done. I quit.
Man, that's a whole hero. But I'm tell you this. So before we go to Brad, let you know. So I draw and I paint. I've been doing it my whole life and everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been so into comic books and superheroes, and my first dream was always to be an animator. I always want to make my own comic books, stuff like that, and everything. But then a thing called laziness came up in my life, and people beat you down, and it make it so hard to do it. But I've always had these ideas in my head that I could never put put forward to fruition. And when I hear you talk, man, it's inspiring. Even you coming up with something like Second Chance, man, it's funny, but. Second chance, man, and Fanta. Yeah. My side.
He have a little cape. He gonna have a little red cape.
And the crazy thing is, y'all see him, but there are 4 more of him running around here.
Oh no!
Like we thought these straight. That's a whole nother story. We're getting to that another time. But yeah, man. So second chance, man. But like I was saying, I have some of the ideas, and you're aspiring to hear. Not only you put your ideas to the forefront, but the fact that you're doing it to help people. It's an inspiration all around. Now you make me want to go into my ideas, start drawing my concepts up for my superheroes and stuff like that.
Yeah, because it was your gift. If you've been doing this all your life, it's your gift, and you have to give it.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so we got a couple more minutes. Well, actually, we probably go into the break so we spend more time talking about you, because I know we're here. We talked about the I Am Mia book, which is coming out what date?
November 1st, 2024, 11/1.
November 1st. And how are people able to receive that book? Is it through your website, or is there any way they can get a physical copy?
On my website right now in pre-order, SamiaCollins.com. You can pre-order the book in advance. That's right now. That's pretty much it.
And how much is the book?
It's $14.95, and $4.95 is the shipping. But yep, you can pre-order that, and right now, if you pre-order, I will give you the PDF or the EPUB for free once you receive it. So definitely taking off on new pre-orders so we can get the motivation going. And it'll be on Amazon. It'll be on different platforms. It'll be on Barnes & Noble, Amazon, my website. Primarily, I love all those other sites because they give credit to, they put you in front of a lot of places, but I would rather do a lot of my sales from my site. So, but get it wherever.
For physical copies or digital copies? This is for physical or digital copies, or this both?
Physical copies.
Okay.
Physical copies. Be shipped right to you.
That's cool. Okay. Well, that being said, when we come back, we're going to talk more with Samia about some of our other projects that need to be out. Some people in her life where she feels like superpowers and everything. And we're just gonna get more into this book. Like she said, visit her website, pre-order the book. Definitely a good read. I know I'm gonna pre-order myself a copy because I'm very interested. With that being said, we're gonna take a little break, and we'll be back momentarily. Conversation with T-Horne, okay?
Okay.
The Levi Long Sickle Cell Association announces support group gathering every second Thursday of the month at 11 o'clock a.m. Join us at the Applebee's Grill and Bar meeting space located at 225 Florida 312 in St. Augustine, Florida. Join us to meet, greet, learn resources, and enjoy lunch that you order. Support group gatherings are sponsored in part by It's All About Jesus and Me Teaching Ministry Incorporated and Angie B Productions. The Levi Long Sickle Cell Association announces regular support group gatherings the second Thursdays of every month at 11 o'clock a.m. For more information or to reserve your space, call 407-914-6519. New from Inspired, The Alopecia Awareness Special Edition. Visit laderopress.com. 9 brave souls share their alopecia journey in this Confinement Chronicles Special Edition. Online everywhere. Hashtag I refuse to stop being me. The Alopecia Awareness Edition, encouraging testimonies birthed out of the 2020 pandemic. Stories written and compiled by NGB and Barty Productions. Published by Ladero Press. Inspired. Reading for the whole person.
Are you ready to improve your health? The immune system is the body's first line of defense against germs and diseases that make us sick. Studies have shown the ingredients in this cutting-edge supplement help strengthen the immune system's ability to fight illnesses, diseases, and abnormal cell growth. Our 100 milligram helps to maintain good overall health, and the 500 milligram is for those with the more serious health challenges. Superimmune support may also help the immune system fight symptoms of high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease, and respiratory issues. This product can boost energy levels, aid with better sleep, and much more. Check out the testimonies and experience the awesome power of Superimmune support today. www.dfcmarket.com.
All roads lead to St. Mary's, Georgia. It's time for the 8th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar and Weekend Retreat. Get the car packed. Book your flight to Jacksonville, Florida. Get your bus ticket. Hotel group rates are only available until August 15th. Don't leave your pets at home. And kids 17 and under, you can bring them for free. Pack your bags. Wake up. Don't sleep on this one. Contact the hotel directly and ask for the BBB 2024 group rate. Visit Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar on Facebook or search for Georgia on My Mind Weekend Retreat. Call 407-914-6519 for more information. And did we tell you about the film festival Saturday night? Oh, you don't want to miss this weekend retreat. Send an email to boldbeautifulandbald@gmail.com.
My mama gone and I miss her. Dog, I feel so lonely. Can't reach out to go kiss her. Can't call her the big homie, but I know they all still with me. Fighting off the pain when it got me. Kinfolk in heaven with the father knew. Now tell me how you gon' stop me. Going hard like I never made it. Spitting fire though I'm underrated. I'm Batman, I ain't celebrated. Fight for the people and the devil hate it. I feel the weight and it's heavy. This fight making me stronger. Y'all folk don't know nothing I feed the beast. This faking making me hungry. Shields up, my boots down, my sword sharp, I don't wear a crown. No glitz glam, just all black. I carry that cross like backpack. That's cross bearing, that's woodwork. That's cold red, that's hood hurt. That's Matthew 5:13. I dig dug in that hood dirt. That's good work and that's spread the gospel. That's fall, get up and still try. That's stand your ground and hold a father hand and just watch and walk you through fire. I praying fast and I hope that one day hip hop bring hope back. Go like crack. CIA take your dope back. Aye. In the belly of the beast, standing on my own. Yo, I will not conform when the fire roll. You can't take my life, all you can do is send me home. On fire throat, see me walking through the terror dome. One time for the martyrs who wasn't afraid to die. Shout out to God who took you to the fire by. You can chop my people head, but they ain't got it. Never said that God ain't here, but he alive. He bringing me through the fire. He bringing me through the fire. He bringing me through the fire. Through the fire flames, smoking through the big fall. All my chains, traps, nooses in my pitfall. I'm a living witness, dog, he brought me through it all. If If all my treasures up in heaven, homie, I'm a blow. Don't stop and I get it. Haters hate, but I get it. Y'all want to shine, but don't want to grind. It won't take the time to go get it. I stayed up and I'm prayed up and asked God to get me through days up. I won't slumber, I won't sleep. If the devil creeping, I won't eat. That's pushback and that's kill the flesh and that's starving out till it die. That's knocked down about 100 times. Still praise to God when I cry. I can't fall, won't turn back. I might peel, I might crack. I won't bend, I won't break. I live real, but I die fake. In the belly of the beast, standing on my own. I will not conform under fire, I am wrong. You can't take my life, all you can do is send me home. On fire, throat, see me walking through the terror dome. One time for the martyrs who wasn't afraid to die. Shout out to God who took you to the fire by. You can chop my people head, but they ain't got it. Devil said that God ain't here, but he alive. He bringing me through the fire.
Welcome back to Conversation with T-Horne the Uncool with your host T-Horne the Uncool, and apparently my co-host Fanta, who's making a lot of noise. With that being said, man, the video just played Through the Fire by Petty D. I love Petty D, man. Y'all gotta understand. So before I started rapping, gospel hip hop was like one of the first like genres of music I got into. And the first rapper I ever like really liked and coined as like one of my top rappers was Petty D. And he's from the same city I'm from. He's from Jacksonville, Florida, from Duval. But at least he lived here for a time and everything. I can't really say he's from here. I don't know for sure, but I believe he is. But it has always been one of my dreams to work with Petty D on a song. You know what I'm saying? So maybe that can happen one day. I don't know. I didn't get back into music and reach out to him and try to make that happen. But with that being said, let's get back to our main guest, who is the focus of this conversation. Samia, let's bring her back to the screen. Hey there, welcome back.
Hello.
Hey. You see my co-host finally enjoying that's what
Yes, finally. Yeah. Yes, find your light. Find your light, Fanta.
And this is so funny.
To the front.
And this is so funny. My wife's so petty. So I usually have a cup that I usually drink from on the podcast. And my wife decided to bring me this cup with all these little cats and stuff on it to be funny. So
You're the cat man.
Okay. Yeah. Apparently. So we still got a lot to talk about. We talked about I Am Here. So we got like a good 45 to 50 minutes left. There's so much I want to talk about. I want to talk about these people in your life that you say have these superpowers. I want to talk about your other books and get into what they're about and stuff like that and everything. I want to get into, I seen your Facebook, I believe it was your Facebook, where you just did an event recently where you were talking about, I don't know if you were talking about your book, but I seen the pictures like you were at like I don't know what the event was. I can't say, but I seen the picture you were showing. But can you tell us a little more about that? What was going on with that?
Oh yeah, it was called the Black Authors event, and it was just go and learn more about being an author, writing, screenplays, stuff like that. So I was just in attendance. It was definitely a wonderful event. I hope I'm not jacking their name up. It was Black Authors event, and it was in Atlanta. I just decided to go because again, this is I've been writing, but this is new territory for me again. So I'm getting back started and getting back into new doing more things with writing. So, but it was really nice, very nice. They do it every year. It's a 4-day event. They do seminars, writing classes, stuff like that. And like I said, they focus a lot on screenwriting in case you want to take your book to a movie.
So, question. I heard you made the move to Atlanta and everything, and I just seeing that event on your Facebook and stuff like that, and then hearing so much about Atlanta. One of my dreams has always been to move to Atlanta. Atlanta's always been one of the places I want to stay because with me being a creative mind, with the podcast, the music, look at him, podcast, the music, my art and stuff like that and everything. Atlanta's always been on my mind as a place I want to live. So, but you being in Atlanta, being an author, how's that experience been for you?
Well, I haven't been an author in Atlanta yet because I've been appearing in Atlanta majority. So I'm going to tell you that in about a year. I can tell you what it looks like. But yeah, I mean, Atlanta is the Mecca. So it's an amazing place, full of entrepreneurs, full of people who want to get out and get it. So definitely not somewhere if you're moving slow. Um,
Don't
and
mind him.
it's yeah, I know he just makes all of it all worth it. But yeah,
Yes.
it's where you it's not a place where you can move slow at. So if you want to get out here and get it, this is definitely the place.
I heard so you get a lot of love, especially being the African American community. That's the place you probably receive the most love at, the most support. People want to help you. People want to see you shine. And I know you're just getting started as an author, but have you experienced any of that yet?
Well, um, when I first released my prostitute book, it was very well received. I had a great turnout, did some great things, but I also get so much love in Cleveland from where I'm from. So I think it's where you put your energy at. I think you can be successful with writing your book wherever you are, as long as you put the energy. And specifically with platforms like this, like I can be in Australia by tomorrow if that's the case. So it's a great place to be able to connect with people. A lot of the people that were at that event were not even from Atlanta. They had came in from out of town, flew in. So it's just about getting out and networking and talking to different people.
Got you. Well, I know for a fact that you met a lot of decent people and stuff like that. So spread the word. Every third Tuesday, some positive people highlights and everything like that. And you're a positive person doing positive things. If you know any people, just spread the word that hey, there's a podcast that highlights positive people. Give them a ring and stuff like that in there.
Oh, definitely. I got a couple names for you already.
Gotcha,
Specifically, like I said, those two people who popped in, they are doing great things, doing amazing things in the community. Very, very positive people. So I would, definitely give them your information because we got to support each other.
Right. So with that being said, you believe people have generally have superpowers. What are some more people because I'm trying to get more of an idea, my viewers get more of an idea about what you mean when you say people have actual superpowers in real life. So if you could explain a couple more people so people get more in more in your mind frame when you say things like that, because most people who don't have a creative or a nerdy mind frame probably wouldn't see it that way, but I'm pretty sure you can break it down.
Right. That's exactly. I think that has to be part of it. You have to have. I didn't know I was a nerd until like last week. I joined this Black girl nerd group, and I was like, I don't know that what kind of nerd I am. And then I explained that I really like superheroes, and that was just it. That's my nerd.
That's my point right there.
That's my nerd. I don't know what it is about a superhero, but again, I think that superpowers is something that you have that's unique from most people. And that's not to say that somebody else doesn't have the same superpower as you, but just say like I can read people. I can't do you right now because I've already talked to you. So
okay.
Doesn't work. But
you don't know. That'd be basically.
Yeah.
Okay.
It has to be like when I walk into a room, I can tell you something about each person that I meet without even saying anything to them, without them saying anything to me. I've been like that for a long time, but I just kind of always felt like I was judgmental. And then it was when I got a little bit older that I started recognizing, no, you what do you think this church calls it, discernment, empath, intuitive, that type of thing.
Prophetic, all that stuff and everything. Yeah.
Yeah. So that something about the trees. I have a direct connection with trees. I can tell you when I can see rain coming. It's a lot of different things that I noticed again when I was younger, and then as I became an adult, I was like, oh, this is everybody don't do that. So it's that thing that I know how to do that everybody else don't know how to do. And I think I'm naive to think that there are a lot of people with superpowers, but we might be in our own little circle or world. But so again,
So I'm sorry. Shout out to Corey Collins. Thank you for joining us tonight. Appreciate you, Corey. Somebody you know too?
That's that wonderful man that's in the book that I said that I might be a little favorite to.
Oh, that's Jamil?
That's Jamil.
Jamil. What's up, Jamil?
Yes, he'd have been in a couple books.
Yeah. Oh, Jamil in a couple books. Okay, Jamil. Okay.
Inspirational.
Jamil, what's up? Jamil, hot stuff. Okay. Well, shout out to Jamil, Corey Collins. Appreciate you for watching tonight, sir. Definitely. So when you say, I'm hearing what you say, you're saying superpowers are something that is unique to you, that probably other people can do, but you know for a fact you can do it. So are we talking about talents, or are we talking about just like you say, reading people? Because to me, reading people, that's not talent. That's like something spiritual that only you have, stuff like that. So you mean
Right,
more of that aspect?
right, right.
Okay.
No, talent you can learn, right?
Okay.
Like I can teach myself how to play the guitar, right? But then there's somebody who can see music.
Okay.
I
I
can
can.
I can see music,
I
you
got you.
know.
That's what I'm interested in seeing that Pharrell Williams movie, because apparently that's how he says he said he's able to visually see music. That's how he creates it. So I
Right,
definitely can see
exactly.
that.
It's some people who can hear, who can like it. And again, like I said, it's kind of hard for me to explain it, but I just know that what I thought was normal for everybody else was not normal.
Gotcha.
Or what I thought that I was doing, I thought everybody could do, and I don't. That's not the case. So, um, there are a lot of kids who I'm gonna go with kids in schools, right?
Okay.
We have a phenomenon. I'm gonna step on some toes. We have a phenomenon of kids with ADHD. So I feel like a lot of those kids are highly gifted,
Mm-hmm.
but because atypical educational systems don't know how to necessarily put all of them in one box, then those are considered, they get put into windows or boxes.
Right.
And so they're all put into these boxes. Just like they put all of these kids over here that you can learn like this, and then they put all these kids. And some of those children are extremely gifted, but their gift is diminished because it's not understood. Uh, is that a superpower? I don't know, but it's just seeing differences between um, what kids can do and what we ostracize and just kind of diminish. My
Okay.
dog is trying to come in here. He hear your cat.
Yeah, I'm saying like he around here
He
taking
keep
over the show.
he, he messing with the curtain because he hear your cat. He
Hey,
ain't bothered me
you,
the whole
hey,
day. He
you
trying to get in.
you around here causing drama. You need to chill out. All right.
My dog wouldn't. He probably just sniff him to death.
It's all good.
But
Okay.
yeah,
So that's
I honestly I can't put a finger on what I think a superpower is.
which
I
I
think
think you're giving a good description about where your mind plays up when it comes to superpowers, because I can agree. Because there are some things, like you said, being able to read people. There's some
mhm.
things that just like, wow, that's so crazy that you can do that, because nobody else can do that. So I think I got a gist. I just want the viewers to be able to watch this now or watch this in the future. They'd be like, okay, when she said superpower, what does she mean? Because then with watching this, some people may even start to realize things about themselves and be like, hey, I never thought of it that way. But that could be my own personal power, something that I can do. You know what I'm saying? Like some people have a gift of Clarissa Francis. Did we shout out Clarissa Francis, didn't we?
Mhm.
All right, Clarissa. Some people are trying to get 2 shout outs.
Mhm. They probably went on the break too.
Yeah.
They came back.
But some people, like, for example, I know for a fact, I am very, and I'm not trying to toot my own horn or something like that and everything, but I'm very big on restraint. Big on restraint. I feel like a man being able, or a person in general, being able to show restraint. Restraint is like one of the best ways to show strength possible. There's so much that can be done from, you just responding to something at the wrong time from the wrong emotions and stuff like that. And everything.
Right.
People may try you, people may call you out your name, people may try to degrade you, people may try to bring in your past, stuff like that, and would do everything to get up under your skin. But the level of restraint it takes to not respond or to just keep the cool or even to think and not let your emotions overcloud your thinking, I feel like that's a superpower because it's hard. It's very hard. It's very hard. Or another one is like being that one person that no matter what a situation is no matter what situation is, anybody can talk to somebody to calm them down. Being that one person is able to talk to somebody and get through somebody and be able to persuade somebody, I believe things like that are superpowers too, because there's only certain people that can do those things. Like, for example, let's just say there's a guy who's going crazy and is angry and violent and all that stuff, and police are trying to talk him down, negotiators trying to talk him down, family members trying to talk him down. It's like, no matter what you guys say, it's not going to happen. But there's one person out of nowhere that comes like, hey, man, let me talk to you, this and that. And they're able to calm them down and get back. I believe that's everybody can't do that. And that's And that's more, to me, that's more of a spiritual thing, because you have to be able to connect with somebody's spirit to be able to do that. You know what I mean? There's so many things that are, from what you're saying, that I would even consider superpowers, because there's the generic things that most people can't do, but only certain people really can. And it takes a certain level of, I don't want to say skill, because like I said, skill can be taught. It takes a, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me, Samia. Help me find a word.
Well, and the skill, it is a skill. It is a skill, because honestly, it takes a certain level of training to be able to use your skill for good and not for evil. Because just like you said, that you have this somebody, or you have the ability to restrain, or to restrain from not reacting. That's almost, and I'm going to say that's almost like a calming effect, right? You have the ability to calm down a situation, or to put peace into a situation, right? So in the same side of that, you can also have the ability to manipulate, because that's a form of getting into somebody's head to have them do what you think is in your best interest. So just like this is calming is also a form of manipulation if used in the wrong direction. So you use your powers, you use your powers for good, not for evil. So and I always tell people that, like, there's the power is what it is. How you use it is whether or not you're the superhero, because the villain is going to use it for evil. The superhero or the superpower is the superhero is going to use it for good. So when I was in, I'm going to tell something I should be telling by myself, but when I was younger, no, I'm not even going to tell that story.
All right, okay. We respect the privacy.
No, I have to remember that this is live. But either way, I learned that the things that I'm able to do, again, with reading people, I can see straight through people. I can tell you what they're thinking, and I know how that person is going to react. Now, what I'm going to do with that information is, maybe at some point in life, I might not have used that for my, for the good. So now you hear this conversation from me. Everything that I do, it has to be for the right reason. It has to be for the right people. It can't be about what's in the benefit of me, because it's never about me. This has always been about what I was gifted with and what I'm supposed to give out. So if I use that and I take it and I just run up people's paychecks or run up people's money with it, then am I benefiting from this, or am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or am I only benefiting from it? So yeah, I got a little off, but that's
you good. So you're saying right now, like the way you're talking now was learned because of mistakes made in the past, and now you have to come. Sound like you had a visit from Second Chance, man.
Yeah. He did, like his cape was, he is definitely a character that needs to be out. Man. And when you said that about wanting to go backwards, and my initial thought was I would never want to go and not do what I've done, or undo what I've done, or not be where I've been, because then I wouldn't be where I am.
And see, like, that's the dilemma.
Yeah, everything you have to go through it. In high school, I wrote a quote that said, life is like a stepping stone. You step on it and you step over it, but know to never trip over it if you should face it again. So it's never about not tripping. It's about making sure you pay attention next time you come across that situation. And so, no, I don't want to, if I trip and bust my head, guess what? I guarantee you, I'm going to pay attention to where that stone was the second time around. If I just trip, sometimes your trips are not as big as one trip is not as big as the second one, but always pay attention to what you've been through so that you can know where you're supposed to go. Now, if you keep on flipping and trip, coming around that corner and tripping over that same thing over and over again, you'll figure it out at some point, though.
Yeah. Sometimes, but they said a hard head makes a soft behind.
Oh yeah.
But let's go to the question that the viewers say. Do you self-publish, and what advice can you give us about publishing? That's a good question.
I definitely self-publish because I'm not waiting for somebody to see the value in my stories. And so that would be my encouragement for anybody that's publishing. Let nobody tell you what your story is not valued at. Somebody wants to hear your story. And that's just it. And I used to do self-publishing coaching, but that's not my superpower. That's not my I had to kind of, stay in my lane. I'm in love with the creative process. I'm in love with the structure. So
oh my God, you preach to the choir right now.
yeah, I don't want to help you. But I think that it's some people out there who can do that. It's not me. But yeah, I would encourage you to write that. But I said that because that was always my motto. Write your story. It is for you to tell somebody, and somebody needs to hear it. And you got to get it off your chest because there's more room out here than it is inside. So get it out, let it go, whatever story you need to tell. And it might not even be all that deep. Like it might just be one of them really, really funny stories, but somebody needs to laugh. So write it down, and then you can say you did it. If your whole point is to write it or to get a book out there, do it. That way you'll never have to regret that you didn't finish your story.
Got you. So we've heard about I Am Mia. We heard about the prostitute book. But there's another project you have that we haven't heard about yet. Can you tell us a little more about that?
So that third book was I'm sorry, the second book it's a second part to the prostitute book, and the name of it is Lord, it just left my mind. Death of an Independent Woman.
Oh no.
Right. It's after 8:30. Death of an Independent Woman is the second part to When I Grow Up, I Want to Be a Prostitute. So all the characters that are in When I Grow Up are in Death of an Independent Woman. And it just talks about, again, what this looks like. So we all think that when you're a child, you have these behaviors. And then when you become an adult, they just magically go away. It does not happen that way. When you're a child and you have these behaviors, when you become an adult, they just manifest into adult-like behaviors. So it could be bad relationships, it could be work ethics, it could be money management, whatever it is, those behaviors manifest. So the girls were abused and they had trust issues. One young lady in the first book, she learned early, use men, get your money, don't let them get you, get that money, right? And so she grew up. She didn't grow out of it. She grew up and she became very, very focused. She went to school, graduated, got her degrees, became a PhD, the whole thing, making that money. But it completely, what is the word? That's my husband's favorite character. Her name was Nika. But
I'm so sorry. The Goon Squad then came up. Look, I got this joker right here.
Oh,
my wife is collecting kittens right now.
What's that one name?
That is Onyx.
Onyx.
And then we got Chess.
Oh, hey Chess.
And we got, which one is this? This is Egyptian. We got them all. Yeah, they all.
Oh, that's a lot. That's like having 4 kids. Oh, I got 4 kids. Never mind.
So, real quick, let me just get back. The reason I got all these cats, like I'm crazy about cats. We found this litter on the side of my house under a log during the storm, and they were like, yeah, and we wanted to save them and rescue them. The plan is to get rid of them. But we didn't fell in love with them so much. We can't part with them right now. They are just babies, so we can't part with them.
Oh yeah, and they need that love. That's so amazing.
Yeah.
Too bad you live so far away. We can't come get it. Oh,
right.
No.
But I'm sorry. I know my babies. They interrupted the story. But go ahead. Like they literally were all over me just now, so I had to get rid of them.
That is funny. They are adorable. But yeah, that's the third. That's the second book, and it's just it's a continuation. It just talks about how we don't grow up. No, how we don't grow out. We grow up, we don't grow out.
So that one, if I'm hearing correct, that was not really like a story. That's more like it's like I guess a show of progression, like I can't say it. It's not a biography. It's not about anybody in particular. So is it like a fiction story, or is it just more like stepping, like showing the progress?
Oh no, it is their story. It is it runs the same gamut as the first book. Just tells their stories in the process. So again, in order to understand the second book, you have to read the first one. But so I'm giving an example. Tabby was.
It's hilarious. You named my name Tabby, and I got all these cats around me. But
Tabby, let me see. Tabby was abused at a really young age, and she grew up in a foster home or group home. Let me tell you what's really funny about being an author.
Okay.
Somebody else could probably tell you more about this book than I can, because
Okay.
it didn't went away. But either way, Tabby had a whole life, and then when she grew up, went to high school. She got her high school diploma. In the second book, Tabby was one of the only ones who started getting help. Right, she started healing.
Mm-hmm.
So as she grew up, her venture through the second book was healing.
Gotcha.
Nika never got help. She just, money was gonna be her help. I'm gonna get this money. Money gonna make me happy. When she went to the second book, she had money, but she was never happy, and she had to figure out through the process that that's not how you heal. And then there was the last character. Her name was Emily. Emily was traumatized the most, and she never got help. She was in denial, and she never got help. So I said, I don't have all those characters. It'd be a win-win situation. Not gonna happen. Emily was the one who did not. She was basically Asana in the second in the Mia book. She did. It
That's
doesn't.
good. Because you're showing like all the different stages, like if you get help or the different paths you take get help. If you don't get help, what the results can be, stuff like that. So you see it from every angle.
Yeah,
So that's
yeah.
It's a good point to put it from. No, nothing's missing out and stuff like that.
Yeah, and there are some stories that don't end well, because most stories want to make it seem like everybody's it's gonna turn out wonderful. Not Emily did not turn out wonderful, and I mean she ended up having resolve, but it wasn't resolved in a pleasant place. So
yeah, I was gonna say, do your characters that have? I'm thinking about Asana. I'm thinking about Emily. That's the character you say. Do they ever find resolution or any type of peace at all?
Yeah. Again, Emily finds peace, but it's behind it's she's not free. So she's free emotionally, but she ends up in a bad place. And again, there is consequences to not understanding that there is a healing process that needs to be done in order for you to find happiness. Right. And that's funny because I don't even think. Well, I think I knew that when I was writing the book, but it's been 10 years since I wrote that one. But that is my love. That book right there it's like the person, the singer in their first song that they ever wrote, and it's the artist in their first picture. When I grew up, I want to be a prostitute was the epitome of who I am, because I fight for girls. God gave me 4 daughters for a reason. I'm a girl. I fight for advocacy of women because we're often misunderstood. So that's pretty much that. And then Mia being the main character, it's a lot of girls in the bit. Of course, I brought Jamil in because I think we need some balance, and there's a lot going on with our boys as well. But yeah, I'm an advocate. I fight for girls.
Have you ever gotten any negative feedback for any of your works?
Only the title.
I got you. I understood.
Try getting that into a church. That's not
happening. Right? Man, don't get me started on that, because I just did a whole talk about the church being so just mental on another past episodes. Let's not get on that.
My grandmother read the book and she liked it, so that's all that matters. If my grandma liked it, I don't care what nobody's saying. She's 90.
Grandma, if grandma like it, then there ain't no care nobody.
Yeah, but that was about it. The title, but once you have the conversation about what it's about, then most of the time it settles. But
yeah,
I feel like we live in a world that is
cookie cutter.
Now, we live in a world, and we want to wear blinders. We want to act like it doesn't exist. And so if we put some really pretty words and some flowers on top of it, it'll go away. Or and I just don't believe that. Because honestly, there are girls out here who said they wanted to be prostitutes, and I was one of them. So when you have that conversation out there, you got to have that conversation. It doesn't disappear. There was a reason why. And the thing that outweighed most of it was when I got people who emailed me or called me or text me and said, this book made me feel normal. Every time I repeat that, I get chills. So as long as somebody got something from it, that's all that matters.
Wow.
Mhm.
That's really good. The fact that, as I say, it always goes back to what I said in the beginning. It's your heart, man, because the work is there. You see the work being done. You see the fruit of your labors because people are being brought out. Because, like you said, prostitutes, people who deal with disabilities, people who deal with the stigma of being drugs in the system or foster care, whatever negative situation that people are going through. For your work to say, hey, even though because of my situation, everybody else judges me, your
Mhm.
book made me feel normal. That's a very powerful thing
Mhm.
because there's a status quo. I don't know if you want to call it, the American dream, or you want to call it just, the black and white without looking in the gray area. I don't know exactly what you want to call it, but there's a certain stereotype that people of this generation, of this world, that feel you should live by. And
Mhm.
anything outside of that,
Mhm.
it's wrong, it's questionable, it's weird, there's all that stuff and everything. So it's like for you to say, hey, for your people to say, hey, you make me feel. It's almost like people are saying, you made me feel included. I was on the outside for all this
Mhm.
time. Now, your book made me feel like included. Feel like my situation wasn't a situation. It really was just an aspect of life. Like
Right.
most people go through. It's life. We go through life. Everybody's life is different, but people make it seem like it's so weird that you go through stuff that you know. I don't know. I can go into that all day, but
And that again, that's a conversation that has to be had because everybody doesn't walk down the same street. I don't know where you're from, but
I'm
there.
from County, Jacksonville, Florida.
Okay, so
Mm-hmm.
there's a road. There's 10 roads to get to downtown,
Mm-hmm.
right? From where
Right.
you live,
Mm-hmm.
maybe
Of course.
5. Okay,
Maybe
so
more than 10. In my city, they're more than 10.
yeah, right. So and you might take one route, your neighbor might take another route. Everybody's going to take a different route, but they're all going to get downtown.
Right.
And so when we look at people like, well, why didn't you go this route? Because I want to go this route. And
Mm-hmm.
why did you go this route? Well, because it was a detour on this route. Well, why did you go this route? Well, because the road was flooded.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had to take the bus, so they couldn't go this way. So everybody has a different reason and a different reason why they went down a different street, but they all got to the same place. So it shouldn't really be about how you got there. I got there. That should be the answer. And so that's just kind of like I've always saying, like we're not gonna always wear like Levi's.
Mm-hmm.
I wore Lee's. Somebody else might have. Do they get Lee's? You Jordache? Oh, I'm dating myself. Oh my god.
Oh man, so I know about Lee's. I know about Levi's. I don't know about no Jordan.
As soon as I said Jordache, I just wanted to suck it. I need kids to come back and suck that back out the conversation.
It's all good. Now I know at the age of 36, now I know there was a brand existed that existed called Jordache.
Listen, if you didn't have Jordache, you something was wrong with you when you was. But again, I'm not even going. I don't even want nobody to Google what year them jeans came out.
Yeah, it's like when I be talking to the kids in my school and I talk about Jabos, they're like, "What's that? What's that? What's that?" Like, you know what Jabos are?
Oh wow.
Do you know what Jabos? Do you know what Jabos are?
I think, but I forgot.
We're gonna leave it alone.
Leave it alone. Leave it alone. I forgot. That means that I couldn't wear them because I was probably not to remember them. That's terrible.
Understood. Different eras, but it's what it is, different eras.
It is. I love the content. I love these conversations. I wish more people would have them. Specifically, again, people who work with kids, because you should not want to work with kids if you don't want to understand that they don't get what you get. Okay. And the even deeper is, do you get it? Like not you, but because when we go into school, when we go into social service, when we go into people's homes, we come in with our idealisms,
right,
and our cultures and our religious views and our whatever, and then we push that on these people and these kids, and so we have to be more flexible with how we treat people, specifically children. We have to be very, 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 very flexible with how we treat children because they only know what they know. And then when we come in and start moving them around, they're not flexible yet. They're
Right.
they're the least flexible children. Everybody be like, well, they kids. They'll be all right. No, we're adults. We'll be okay because we're fixed. They're not. They're not ready to just make
It's malleable. Their mind's still molded on us, be molded on something.
exactly. And their spirit is more easily broken.
Mm-hmm.
So their spirit, they just know what they know. They don't know any different. They don't know about life. They don't know about. So again, that's the biggest issue with the biggest part of Mia is learning how to teach kids in certain ages that this is okay and this is who you're supposed to be and go with that, and that's okay as well.
And that's that conversation you just were having and stuff like that. Like if anybody was just tuning in right now, they're probably like, "Well, I thought y'all talking about the book and this and that and stuff like that," not realizing that whole speech you gave directly ties into the book in a way. And it gives like a synopsis, like, "Hey, yeah, this is a book, and it's about a superhero, superpower, so like everything. But here's the main gist on what you guys get. People have problems, people have issues, and they need to be looked at in a totally different light." And if people are looking at things in a different light, then people. I heard what you said earlier about your daughter saying if everybody had two good parents, that the world would be a better place. I agree with that, but I challenge at the same time by saying if everybody looked at everyone's situations the way you chose to look at people's situations, then it would be a better place. And then people will open their minds, just not focus on the stereotypes or negativities that people put out. People actually see things what they really are. You know what I mean?
And my brother we were just having that conversation about just let people be who they are. As long as it's not hurting you, let people be who they are. But yeah. So yeah, if anybody had just chimed in, Mia is anything that I write about is always about social change. It's always about advocacy and just kind of giving people their space to be great, because it's not our job or it's not our place to put judgment on other people. And again, I'm always going to go back to young adults. Give them a little bit more grace, because they're still trying to figure it out, especially the ones who have so many issues, that are born addicted, have parents who are on drugs, been in foster care, just different situations. They are going through changes and they don't even know how to deal with it. So having expectations of them is a little bit complicated.
I got you. Okay. We done got a lot of information about you in this book. Not even about this book, but who you are, your heart, and your whole purpose behind writing. And it's like, it's crazy to me to actually pick your brain and see, because most people just make stuff for entertainment. You're doing it genuinely for the purpose of helping and stuff like that. So we got another question. Did you illustrate your own book too? So,
no. I wish I could draw.
So who could have designed for the front of your book, for the cover?
This I sent the cover over to a book cover artist on Fiverr, and she put all of it together. But the characters were made by Fiverr. Characters made by this young man who I met on Fiverr, and we have been working together for over 2 years now. So he does all of my characters. He makes all of my characters' pictures, and I give him what I think, and he brings it to life. And
go ahead. Go ahead.
That's it. He's just this character. These are people who draw. I cannot draw. So,
okay,
it's not my superpower.
With your book, so I know. First of all, let me ask this question: how long is the book? Is it like a couple chapters, or how long?
No, yeah, it's about 65,000 words. So whatever that is.
Okay, yeah, break it down for us, like. 65,000 words.
Chapters are really short ones because they kind of toggle in between characters. So I don't want to go with the chapters because it might be a little bit. I think it's like 35 chapters. It's a small novel. It's
but
probably,
100 pages?
Probably about 250 pages at best, maybe 200 on a 6x9. Yeah.
So if I compare it to a book, I compare it to maybe like Goosebumps, about that big.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, it could be a Goosebumps. Yep.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, And one thing I have heard as a response from my other books is they're easy reads. They're not gonna make you think too hard. You ain't gonna be like, oh my God, what word is this? I'm not that type of author. I write from my mind and my heart. So um, my editor right now is like, just something is.
Keep it simple. Keep it simple because people. That's what
I'm very, very, very simple. First person, but it's a very easy read. Very easy.
Are there any pictures? Like, okay, so I know you have a novel, but sometimes in some novels they'll have like maybe a slot in the middle of the book where they have pictures, or they'll have a picture every now and then through the book.
Yeah, there will be pictures of the characters throughout the book.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, little black and white snippets. I just thought that was cute. I was like, well, I don't want to just have them on the front because I want people to be able to actually see what the character looks like. So I'm gonna put a picture of the different characters.
It draws their imagination more because now they get an idea who the character is.
Yes. I have some surprise. I'm not going to bring this out until first part of September, but have some surprise characters that I used for people that I know that were my inspirations, and I had characters made of them.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah, I'm more excited about that, and I can't hold water, so me having to keep this a secret has been so overwhelming. I'd be so glad.
That's nothing on here. That's nothing on here because then anybody can find out. Anybody can tell the people and everything. This is the whole world.
Yeah. So I'm myself. Yeah, I will be releasing those pictures and the characters in the beginning of September.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, Samia, I really enjoyed this conversation with you, and you got me. I've enjoyed it so much. It's in my mind right now that when I ever make a trip to Atlanta, I have to make it my personal business to actually personally meet you and see about your books you got going on, stuff like that. So, best believe I come to Atlanta, be expecting the phone call, okay?
Please do. Yes, I would love for you to come. Bring your kittens too. They can come over. Yeah, I would love it. Thank you very much. I'm just honored. This is my first interview that I've done. Yes, since I've started back writing. So this has been a thank you for allowing me on your platform to meet your people and to get this out and start talking about it. You have to speak it into existence. It's going to happen. It's going to be, if you can see, my girl is back here on my, that way. Wait, dang it. Okay. She's on my character is back here on my wall.
Oh, I see. Okay. I see her on the whiteboard. Yeah, I see.
Yeah. So I put everything in writing and I put it out there because you have to speak into existence what you want. You have to say your I am. This is what I am doing. I am creating Mia, and she's going to be phenomenal. She's going to touch the hearts of who need to be touched. And that's it. And so this is my first step. So thank you.
No problem. So real quick, because we're going to go ahead and wrap up real quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let the viewers know how they can contact you, any events you got going on. Remind them of when the book is coming out. Basically anything you got going on, because we want to make sure all the information is out so people connect with you and stuff like that.
Okay, well, again, I'm at MelissaSamiaCollins.com is my website. You can find me at Melissa Samia Collins on Instagram. I'm Lisa Collins on Facebook. I'm probably gonna switch that back so I can be, everything across the board. And right now, again, I'm just doing more online promos. Once I actually release the book, I'll be putting out a schedule as to when I'll be going to different places, doing book signings, and meeting people and getting out and about.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I will probably have an online release. I'm gonna have an in-person one, but I'll also have an online release. So I'll put that information out. I'll send it to you, and maybe you can share it with your followers.
I definitely will, because my followers already know when they come to this stuff, I'm all on it. Get my attention.
I am in love with with what you're doing. You're doing an amazing job. You're getting people on here and working, doing your thing. So it's great. Keep doing it. Definitely get back into your drawing.
Yeah.
Because like when you were talking about it, it just lit up in you. And so that's what you should be doing every day, even if it's for 10 minutes. Like get back into your drawing, because that's what speaks to your spirit.
Got you. Well, there's that and my music. Because music does it too. We didn't give them that music topic.
Yeah, but you've been doing your music. You said you stopped your drawing.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That is true. That is true. All right, we're gonna get it all together. It's all gonna get it all together and tie it in a nice little pretty bow and present it to the world. That's what we're gonna do.
And put it on your T-shirt. Second chance, man.
Second chance, man. That's actually gonna be while you playing. That might be a idea for real. Second chance, man, and Fanta. That's.
Who did that?
That's Angie being funny. That's my producer. She's being funny right now.
Hilarious, Angie. Second chance, man, with a sidekick. That is too. There we go. It's done. It's solidified. It's solidified. It is done. You have to have a T-shirt. That's a whole comic book. Anybody?
Oh my God, that's a good idea. I might do that.
Yep. Definitely.
Let me stop playing with y'all. Wrap this show up.
Yeah.
We gotta go. Let's get.
See. All right. Well, thank you again. I appreciate you. I will share your link. So for people who didn't get to see it today, I will share it on my Facebook page.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. And also, anybody who watches, if you want to support the podcast, you already know you can support in so many ways. The first way is just share, like, and watch the podcast. 3 ways to watch. Facebook.com/conversations with T-Horne, the Uncool. Facebook.com/T the Uncool, or you can watch on YouTube at youtube.com/@T-Horne_the_uncool. The best way, donate, support. You know, it takes money to make these podcasts work and stuff like that. So you can donate to our Cash App at $TDA Uncool. Which also says T the Uncool. With that being said, we're gonna go ahead and wrap up the show. Samia, it was great. I loved it. Like you actually came one of the top guests. We had a good conversation tonight. Like for real, I enjoyed this conversation.
Listen. Thank you. I'm humbled. Thank you.
So don't be surprised if you get an invite back to talk about other stuff, okay?
All right, definitely. I appreciate you guys and Angie B in the back doing your thing. Thank you so much.
Yeah. With that being said, this is Conversations with T-Horne, the Uncool. I want to thank our guests again, Samia, and everybody who watched tonight. We'll be here next week with a very, very interesting topic that I've been thinking about for a while now. Gonna have a good couple of guests, good little panel set up. But get ready to get in some Caribbean reggae flavor next week.
I'll tune in.
Yes, ma'am. With that being said, this conversation with T-Horne Uncool. Love you guys. Thanks for watching, supporting, and remember, be blessed, be uncool.
Don't judge me until you know me. Don't underestimate me until you challenge me. And don't talk about me until you talk to me. Or better yet, mind your business and stop minding mine.
Yeah, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talking, then they
Don't judge me until you know me. Don't underestimate me until you challenge me. And don't talk about me until you talk to me. Or better yet, mind your business and stop minding mine.
Yeah, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talking, then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh. I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talking, then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, my name coming out must taste good if you keep it in your mouth. Got something must for you if you go down south. I'm just playing. What the heck you talking about, huh? Why you worry about who I wanna date, huh? Why on the main course on your plate, huh? Why everything concerning to me gotta turn to be argument or debate, huh? Is he a Christian religion? Has he forsaken? He just was dating her. How many women he dating? Had another kid? That nigga don't know when to stop. I heard he smoking, getting high. Boy, that fell from the top. See what I learned. This your concern. This is all about me. Y'all gossiping made me look at y'all like female dolls in heat. But let's make something concrete. I'm seasoned, yes indeed. Y'all must like the recipe, cause y'all all on my meat. Yeah. Yeah, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, haters try to diss me, they love me, but they dismiss me. Play hard, but acting sissy. They lies be so convincing, and exes get jealous quickly. They won't admit that they miss me. They hate that I moved on, so use my children against me just to keep up the top. People peep on my wall, just to keep tabs on my flaws, just to keep me involved. Doing everything they ask me, but that ain't enough. I'm on everybody's tongue, and everybody on my jump. His rap career won't take off. That nigga ain't hard, he really soft. Try to see his page, but I'm blocked. He was living for Jesus, then he stopped. He get girls just to knock him off. He lie, the truth ain't what he taught. I be so close to popping off, but then I realize I don't give a fuck. Yeah, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh, I'm the topic of conversation. Circles talk about me. Yeah, I'm in rotation. I'm the one they talk and then they gossip about. Now it's so hard for them to keep my name out their mouth. Oh,
My whole life, I lived it based off of other people's opinions. They judge what I do, what I say, how I think, and I judge my whole life based off their interpretations. But now I got to the point where I realize my life is my own, and I'm the only one that can live it. So, if you got an opinion, keep it to yourself. Come and live how I see fit.
I'm the topic of conversations. Yeah, I'm in rotation. Gossip about, keep my name out their mouth. Oh.
Are you ready to improve your health? The immune system is the body's first line of defense against germs and diseases that make us sick. Studies have shown the ingredients in this cutting-edge supplement help strengthen the immune system's ability to fight illnesses, diseases, and abnormal cell growth. Our 100 milligram helps to maintain good overall health, and the 500 milligram is for those with the more serious health challenges. Superimmune support may also help the immune system fight symptoms of high blood pressure, type 2 diabetes, high cholesterol, heart disease, and respiratory issues. This product can boost energy levels, aid with better sleep, and much more. Check out the testimonies and experience the awesome power of superimmune support today. www.dfcmarket.com.
First, we invited you to save the date for the 8th annual Bold, Beautiful, and Bald Beauty Bazaar and Weekend Retreat coming to St. Mary's, Georgia. Yep, the phones are ringing. Come shop with our vendors, Unique Creation, Ms. Walker with Mary Kay Cosmetics, and many more. We're excited to introduce you to our featured fashion show designer. Affordable airport transportation is being provided by Towns Enterprise Services, LLC, and our premier sponsor is returning to teach us about AMBA. Special guest performance by T-Horne, the Uncool.
You got your eyes on me, I can see them. I see you on Facebook, but I can't reach your eye. Put you on a block, listen, keep nothing secret. So at 9, gotta choose what kind of meal I'm gonna feed you, boy.
Get your tickets today for only $10. Send a cash app to 407-914-6519. That's 407-914-6519 for the cash app. Or come on out and join us. 407-914-6519. I see you looking.